Universal, and we're here with the legendary Adrian Paul. And it's an honor to meet you, sir. My name's Chris.
Hey, Chris. How you doing?
Just had a few quick questions for you. You know, obviously, Highlander being a huge part of the 90s, I'm a huge fan. So I wanted to know, you know, is there any particular episodes, especially the ones that you got to direct? You know, just how did that, you know, feel as far as directing those episodes?
Well, I actually wanted to direct them because it was another aspect of my career, in a sense, and I wanted to find out what directors went through, and they go through a lot. So I got to direct the first one, which was Homeland, which I really loved because it was really the backstory of Duncan MacLeod. It wasn't technically the best directing episode I did.
I thought it was great.
But it had a lot of heart, and I think that was what really sold it for a lot of people. It's a really famous, it's a really favorite episode for a lot of people. That. And then there's obviously Comes a Horseman, which was part of Revelation 6.8. Comes a Horseman, you know, I did a little bit on Comes a Horseman, which is not credited, but I did all of Revelation 6.8, which was tough to do because it was a big episode to shoot. You know, we had cranes, we had, you know, I had 4 cameras, which we'd never had. We went way over budget. They couldn't kick me off because they'd have to fire me. So it was a lot of fun.
I don't know if you know this, but there was a Highlander video game that was being made. Unfortunately, it got canceled, but there are rumors that it's coming back. Would you reprise your role as Duncan?
They'd have to ask me. They haven't asked me about it yet, so you know, we'd see. Yeah, I mean, that stuff is always fun, and as you can see in the world of comic book and everything else, everything's been revived today. And I know Highlander is the intention by Lionsgate is to actually bring a new movie out and possibly a series of some sort. I don't know where it's standing at, the planning of the film. I know the director's that's been attached. They may have a star right now, I'm not sure, but they have a script. But again, I don't know anything about the production or anything.
So you actually beat me to my next question, which was the Lionsgate reboot. So that was awesome. Would you have a hand in that
if they asked me? Yeah, possibly. You know?
I would honestly be okay if you directed it, to be honest.
No, they'll never get me to direct it. It's way too much money. It's $120 million. They're not going to give it to me.
That's true. Are you a fan of video games at all? You know,
in general?
Yes.
I was. I just don't have time anymore.
Well,
I don't have time. You know, obviously the Sword Experience takes a lot of my time. I actually have a podcast I just started called The Sword Experience, which brings all martial artists and sword people and comic books about different genres, about different fights that are in films, and that's what the podcast is for. It's called The Sword Experience. So it takes up, I mean, I'm not doing that, I have people doing it, but you know, we structure it, and then there's obviously The Sword Experience takes a lot of our time to put together.
So if you want to, you know, since you're talking about The Sword Experience, and you know, there's a podcast that we'll check out, definitely. Talk a little bit about The Sword Experience, and you know, I know that it's bringing a lot, especially to kids, you know. So.
Yeah, I've had a variety of things. It started off 2 years ago, and it's been running last year it went into 7 countries. We were in New Zealand, England, Ireland, Scotland, France, United States, of course, Canada. So we did a nice little tour last year, and this year we've actually going back to some of those countries, and we've added Germany and Italy. We got Rome and one place. So what it is taking people on a little journey. What it's like to actually have a sword in your hand, what it's like to actually be in front of somebody to do that, and how you work together to get the best results in film, the difference between the reality and the fiction, as well as an exercise, because it is a workout, and I have a whole workout routine worked out, and basically people get to do the choreography from a film that we pick. It's about 10 to 12 moves of a film with a partner. They get photographed doing it. They then get put in front of an interesting backdrop to do it, and then we cut it together and give them a video of the final result.
That would be very, very awesome.
It's a fun day, because I've had people that don't know about Highlander that have come in. I've had choreographers, I've had martial artists, I've had stage combat people, I've had HEMA, which are the reenactment people. As well as fans, and everybody goes, oh, I didn't realize it was this. I've got something I didn't expect to get out of it. So I think that's kind of where we've kind of pushed it towards.
That would definitely be something I would be interested in, for sure. Like I said, don't want to take up too much of your time here. There's other people, but you know, is there anything else that you want to say, or any thing to the kids? Or?
No. Well, obviously we've got our Peace Fund, which is Protect, Educate, Aid Children Every Day, which is the charity I've had for 20 years.
Yes.
I have a radio show called Peace Fund Radio, which we talk about all different charities. We actually highlighted 2 charities here in Lexington this yesterday, actually, that'll be running in the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes.
One is called, what was the first charity we did? American Music Academy and Food Chain. Very interesting. Food Chain is very interesting. It's a self in a factory area where they've created aquaponic growing of vegetables and fruit, and as well as tilapia, and then they sell it to the actual restaurant that they're attached to. So it's all really fresh food. So I really like their structure. So we like highlighting people that and they go into schools as well. They got aquaponics in schools.
Right.
So our job in the Peace Fund now is all about education. And we like educating people about different things, whether it's career, whether it's about aquaponics or different things. So we have different programs we run that all deal with children.
That is amazing. I mean, what hasn't he done? I mean, he's Highlander. He's immortal.
I don't have the time.
Oh, you'll have the time. You're immortal. Thank you very much.
Thank you.